Welcome everyone to another session of ExamBiz tutorial. Today our topic is hormones and endocrine glands. Before coming into detail, just a few words for endocrine glands. So these are ductless glands which synthesize hormones directly into blood. And what are hormones? These are chemical substances that act on specific target organs to carry out some definite functions. So let us start with the names of endocrine glands, its secretion and function. Number 1 is pineal gland. It is located near the center of the brain, dorsal to the encephalon, and hormone secreted from this gland is melatonin, which maintains body's circadian rhythm, that is the time to fall asleep or when we wake up. Next comes, that is number 2 gland, it is pituitary gland. It is located at the base of the brain and it has two parts, anterior and posterior part. Note here, most of the hormones releasing from pituitary in turn stimulates the other organs to secrete some other hormones. So pituitary is also known as the master gland. Names of the hormones also gives us a clue on this target organ and functions. And this is really helpful to keep them in our forgetful memory. From the anterior part, mainly 6 hormones, namely Adrenocorticotropic Hormone, that is ACTH, which acts on adrenal glands to synthesize corticosteroid hormone. The number 2, FSH or follicle stimulating hormone, and it helps in maturation of graphene follicles in females and spermatogenesis in male. Number 3 is the growth hormone or GH, which is chiefly responsible for growth and reproduction. Number 4 is melanocyte stimulating hormone, which helps in melanogenesis, that is synthesis of melanin. Number 5 is LH or luteinizing hormone, which is responsible for production of estrogen and progesterone from ovary and testosterone from male gonads. Number 6 is thyroid stimulating hormone or TSH. This helps and it induces a thyroid gland to secrete thyroxine. So this was all about the anterior part. What about the posterior one? Two very important hormones, namely Antidiuretic Hormone or ADH and oxytocin, these are secreted from the posterior part. ADH is also known as vasopressin and is responsible for retaining water in kidney. And oxytocin is associated mainly with the contraction and relaxation of cervical muscles during childbirth. Next is the part that arises from the base of the brain, and that is hypothalamus. So hypothalamus is our third endocrine gland. From here, corticotropic hormone or CRH, gonadotropin hormone or GnRH, and thyrotropin releasing hormone or TRH are secreted. An interesting fact for all these hormones is that they all act on the anterior pituitary gland for the secretion of their hormones. And the names will also tell you the answer. See here, CRH, that is the corticotropin releasing hormone, it stimulates pituitary for secretion of ACTH. Likewise, GnRH signals pituitary to secrete FSH and LH, and TRH in turn signals for release of TSH. The fourth endocrine gland is the thyroid gland. Thyroxine and calcitonin are the hormones secreted from here. Former one is associated with the increased cell metabolism, and the latter one is associated with bone construction and reduction of calcium from blood. On the dorsal side of the thyroid gland, another pair of endocrine glands are present, and this is our fifth endocrine gland, which is called parathyroid gland. As the name sounds, the hormone released from here is parathyroid hormone. It increases calcium and metabolism in blood by osteoclast process. Next in the line is a very important hormone, and we all need it in emergency. Yes, you are right. These are epinephrine or adrenaline. The name itself suggests that it is released from the adrenal gland, and it helps to maintain blood pressure, fight-to-fight response, etc. Other notable hormones secreted from adrenal glands are number 1, androgen, which again acts as a substrate for estrogen hormone. Number 2 is glucocorticoid, which helps in gluconeogenesis. And number 3 is mineralocorticoids, which helps in the reabsorption of minerals like sodium, potassium, hydrogen, ions in the kidney. Now, the next gland is very important, especially for food lovers. Pancreas. It secretes the hormone mainly needed for carbohydrate metabolism. Hormone insulin and glucagon are secreted from here. Insulin is associated with conversion of glucose to glycogen, thus maintaining proper glucose level in blood, whereas glucagon is associated with conversion of glycogen into glucose. And deficiency or malfunctioning of these hormones causes the disease diabetes. And we all know that now this is really a serious problem globally. Just a quick mention, Dr. Frederick Banting and John MacLeod jointly received Nobel Prize on discovery of insulin in the year 1923. Somatostatin, amylin and pancreatic polypeptides are the hormones which are also secreted from pancreas. Next are two hormones, namely estrogen and progesterone, which are secreted from the seventh endocrine gland present in female gonads, that is ovaries. Estrogen is primarily associated with the development of female sex organs and characters, whereas progesterone supports pregnancy. Likewise, male gonads, that is testes, they secrete the male sex hormone testosterone or androgen, which supports development of primary sex characters in male or the secondary sex characters like voice, beard, muscles, etc. So now, with all this, we have got an overall idea of different types of hormones and their functions, and also a little bit basic idea of the endocrine glands. So hope you all have liked this video, and do not forget to visit our website and take part in the interactive quiz. So see you again in our next video. Till then, happy learning!